Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Nix here, and today I'm coming at you guys with the top most common mistakes that noobs make in Apex Legends. Now, as you know, Apex Legends released just a few weeks ago, and there are definitely a lot of noobs. So, in case you are one, don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I'm going to be helping you out, giving you some tips, and hopefully it'll help you to climb the ladder and get yourself your first win in Apex Legends. If you want to enjoy this video, drop a like down below, and let's get right into it. So while this list is not in any particular order, I'm going to be coming at you guys with probably the number one reason that I think a lot of noobs make mistakes, and it affects me the most. It's that they all follow the top streamers and YouTubers, in specific playing Wraith. Don't get me wrong, I am guilty of being a Wraith main. Wraith is the only legend that I really seriously play. I have like a 3 KD with her, I have nearly 20 wins, I have like 100,000 damage. She's like the only legend that I play in this game. But don't play her. Wraith is so overused by a lot of people who just don't know how to use her, or they use her completely wrong. Wraith is meant for people who are very offensive. Her ultimate ability is not really used for getting away. It's more getting towards fights. That's how I use it anyways, just because of the insane speed you get with it. You want to be using it anytime you can to get towards more fights in the center of the circle, most likely. And then her tactical ability, which is either her Q, L1 or LB ability. A lot of people will run full forward into a fight, pop the tactical ability after getting shot once, and then retreat and wait 20 seconds until it's recharged. That's not how you want to be doing and using this ability. As you can see in the footage in the background, I'm using it, I'm going full speed in, I'm knocking one, I'm phasing around to get on the roof, or I'm getting behind them, using it. Once it pops, I'm knocking another, and then I might retreat if I'm low, or if I'm at full health, I'll either thirst one or go for the third. You don't want to just be peeking with this ability. You want to make sure you're using it really effectively and efficiently, because you get it quite frequently. So if you can use it really well, you'll be just stacking up kills by the end of these games. And then for her passive ability, Whispers from the Void, I believe it's called, you definitely don't want to be too scared of this. This is a bit tricky and finicky at times. It can be set off by down players looking at you, such if you down someone who isn't looking at you, so it doesn't trigger, then they turn around. That'll be the first time it triggers in a fight, and that's why it can trigger. I know I said trigger a lot there, don't be getting triggered, but you want to make sure that anytime this ability activates, you're not just full on running for cover. Take a look around, slow down a bit, and just be a bit wary. You don't want to always assume that there's 4 Krabers, aiming at you for your head if you stop moving. But you also don't want to be taking it too easy. Just know that there could be someone out there and that you should be watching your back, guys. So that is definitely one of the mistakes I see a lot of noobs making. You want to experiment with all the legends, see what fits you well. Wraith was probably the first legend I played, and she just fit my playstyle really well. That's why I've stuck with her. But if you're very defensive, try playing someone like Gibraltar or Caustic, as bad as he may be or hated. He's actually really good if you're able to play him correctly. You just want to look around. If you want to support your team, play someone like Lifeline, get the care packages, faster healing. Other legends like these are crucial to a team's success, and you definitely don't want to be on the team without one. And you definitely don't want to be the guy who plays Wraith and gets no kills. Let's be honest, who wants to be that guy? Another mistake that I see a lot of noobs making is playing Apex Legends as if it's Fortnite. This is one that my friends are very guilty of, and that's why they've rage quit, and a lot of my friends have stopped playing this because we were all a really big Fortnite squad. When we all moved over, a lot of them played it very, very similarly to Fortnite, in that you would think you have building and portable cover essentially. That is not something you have in Apex. That's what draws a lot of people to Wraith. When a player is running in the open, they get shot. In Fortnite, they can build, and in Apex, they can do nothing. Wraith is probably the only legend who has something of a get out of jail free card, like building a wall and stairs in Fortnite or something like that. But you just want to be looking around for natural cover. In a game like Apex, where there can be a lot of open areas, and with the movement being as fast as it is, when you sprint out into cover, even if you're running fast, you still can get lasered. So you want to make sure that if you see you're in one bit of cover, if you see another bit, you want to know that you can slide down the hill, get straight behind it. You want to know that there's an open door you can kick open or slide in or something like that. You can get in there, close it off, and defend the house. You definitely want to be taking advantage of the cover that the terrain provides for you, and you cannot rely on just instinct saying, oh, someone comes out, you take out your build menu and build a wall and double ramp rush them or something like that. This is only something that Fortnite players are guilty of, but I'd say a majority of Apex Legends players have at least played Fortnite, if not went semi-serious in Fortnite, because let's be honest, for about a year, that's all a lot of people were playing. So that's just something that I think you need to be careful of, especially if you're just transitioning. You need to learn to take it slower and play it differently, unless you're using something like a balloon or playing Wraith where you can just zoom away if you happen to get shot in the open. Something like that. It does contradict my previous point about playing Wraith, but that was more related to if you're running towards a fight and get shot once, that you just run away from the fight. I'm talking right now about it is good if you're in the open and you get shot, you can use your LB or tactical ability and run behind cover and then find out where the enemies are and get into the fight. So that is another mistake that I think a lot of noobs make in Apex Legends. My next mistake that I think a lot of noobs make is just simply getting overwhelmed by all the new things in Apex Legends. Apex combines a variety of different things, such as putting attachments on guns that comes from Blackout, having your fast-paced gameplay with many mobility options from something like Fortnite. It meshes all of these things together, along with the heroes that you can have in a game like Overwatch or Black Ops 4 multiplayer. All these things are meshed together very well, I might add, and into one coherent battle royale, and I feel like a lot of people can simply get overwhelmed by the fact that there's so much new stuff. Particularly, I'm going to be focusing on attachments and guns because there are a lot of guns. You know, learning the difference between an R99 and an R301 carbine, or the both LMGs and the Devotion and the Spitfire, learning that you need a turbocharger for the Devotion to be really viable, and that all these different kinds of ammos, you know, you have your energy ammo, heavy ammo, light ammo, you have your shotgun ammo, all these different types. While you do have these in Fortnite, I think in Apex a lot of people can get more overwhelmed because backpack space is limited and ammo does take up a slot, comparatively to something like Fortnite, where all your ammo is in unlimited supply apart from like up to 1,000, which is something you'll never use. In this, I feel like a lot of players won't know what certain things do, and they might end up carrying things that they don't need or dropping things that they might eventually need. A good rule of thumb is something like the R301 or the R99 are great guns, you always want them. Shotgun, particularly the Peacekeeper, very, very good, but the EVA 8 is also not terrible. The Wingman's pretty good. Any of these guns, these are the ones you want to be on the lookout for, because if you can get them, you definitely want to hold on to them, and they are definitely the highest tier of guns, I think is the best way to put it, if you know how to use them. Particularly if you can get something like an R301 and a Spitfire or something like that, you want to make sure that if you've seen attachments for them, you know where they are. This is where the attachment side comes in. I feel a lot of players can get confused. Oh, do they have an extended light mag or an extended heavy mag? Because there are two different types of the mags, and then there are 4 different tiers of it. And then, you know, you might get a gold gun or a gold attachment very, very rarely. Things like these I feel can just overwhelm a player, and it'll lead to the player simply quitting the game because they don't think they can learn it all. This is pretty much the same with me. I started playing and I was thinking, holy god, there's stocks, there's sniper stocks, there's light ammo mags, there's heavy ammo mags, there's all these different hop-up attachments where every gun pretty much has its own, you know, all these things, and I was thinking to myself, I can't learn all this stuff. But eventually I stuck with it, and honestly pretty quickly you get the hang of it. Looting can be very, very fast in this game thanks to the intuitive menu. Everything's laid out, it tells you what you need, and I feel if you can just break through the initial time period where you may not understand things, Apex can really show its true colors and show that everything simply makes sense once you get to know everything, and it works so fluidly and everything melts together so well. And I think that's something that noobs really need to sort of stick with it until they can really perfect their skills about looting and learning all the different things in Apex Legends. So that's going to wrap up today's video, guys, where I showed you the biggest mistakes that noobs make in Apex Legends. If you enjoyed this video or the tips helped you out in any way, please do drop a like down below, as it really helps me out, and subscribe maybe if you want to see some more Apex Legends videos from me. As always, this has been Nix, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.
Need to recharge my shields. Just a minute until the ring closes, huh? Good. It's not far. Ring's not that far.